Tonight on The Dan Ho Show, I meet a woman who's struggling to stay sane through some tumultuous times.
I recently split up from my husband, so that's a major change.
Since I'm a divorcee myself, I know some tricks of the single trade.
I'm gonna tell you the single person's best friend.
And later, I meet a few guys with some serious soul. It's all coming up on The Dan Ho Show.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm Dan Ho, a simple guy from Guam who hit it big and found the American dream. The house, the cash, the gardens, even my own restaurant. But all that perfection was weighing on me. I was heavy, huge, and wholly unhealthy. Then one day, out of the blue, I had a seizure. And when I came to, it was time for a change. I ditched the perfection and 120 pounds to be healthy, happy, simple, and sane. And now it's my mission to save others too. This is The Dan Ho Show. One of the great things about life is that it's always changing. Of course, in order for you to think it's so great, you have to be open and flexible to change. Easier said than done. I got a letter from a woman, Jennifer, who's recently got divorced and moved into a new house, so clearly she's got a bunch of changes to negotiate. So I'm here to see what I can do to help. Come on.
Hi.
What a handsome pair.
Thank you.
Dan Ho.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
You must be Jennifer.
I am.
And who is this?
This is Harley.
Well-behaved child. And this is your new house?
This is my house, yes.
I recently split up with my husband, so that's a major change, and recently moved into this house. It's just starting over. I just feel like my whole life has kind of been this snow globe that's gotten shaken up.
So what specifically are the things that are really, causing you some stress?
I just have more on my plate. I just, now that it's just me in the house.
So I never really got the chance to settle in and nest and make it my own.
Danny did a lot of the cooking. He was an excellent cook. And so now it's just cooking for me. It's just too complicated. Going out and buying all the ingredients. Nothing's packaged for one. Everything's packaged for four,
I'm feeling you.
So simplicity, I think.
Yeah. Or
Uncomplicated.
expeditiousness.
I don't know what that means.
Read your divorce decree right there.
All right.
It was one of the accusations.
Somewhere.
She was not
I
expeditious.
wasn't. I'm not.
Okay, so the food is fixable. What else would you can you help with?
Time. I don't know if you can help me with time. Give me more time in my day to...
So what eats up your time?
2 dogs. I have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
I'm like a single mom. It's tough, especially when I'm working and I'm coming home at 6:30.
I am a former dog owner myself. Have a few tricks up my sleeve. Sometimes we stumble over the little things, which en masse become huge stresses in our lives. So I'm here to show her that there are these little things that she can do that can amount to a great sense of relief.
I think you go into something like this and you don't know what to expect. So it's a little stressful.
Our first order of business, getting Jen a little more settled into her bachelorette head. This is a house.
Yes, you're welcome.
Feeling comfortable in your own home is essential for reducing stress. And upstairs, it was clear that we had some work to do. So we are in your office.
You could call it that.
Whoa, what is all this other stuff in the boxes?
Magazines. I love magazines, and I save them
Porque?
because eventually I want to have a bigger house and decorate it. So there's fabrics and color schemes and
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Fess up, how many of these subscriptions do you actually own?
I don't know. I've whittled it down to about 2, 3, 4 more. From 1996.
There's a
probably
mullet.
wouldn't help.
There's a
Exactly.
mullet.
I wanted to cut that out because one day, one day.
My suggestion to Jennifer for dealing with her magazine collection was keep the subscriptions you love the most, but don't let the old ones pile up and gather dust. Replace them with just a couple of books. Clearly, you're an articulated being of style.
Thank you.
I think without any of this stuff, you could easily redecorate this room, your house, whatever.
I could. Dan was nice enough to point out that I'm more than capable. I don't need this home decor magazine to tell me how to take this design I like and make it more mine.
Decorating hasn't changed much in the last 500 years. If you know, for example, that your style is French, get the French book. So what is in this box?
Those are my teapots.
Oh.
My ugly teapots.
This?
This is my very first ugly teapot.
Ain't pretty.
Has a little acorn top.
I thought it was a baboon's rear end, but
Yeah, that would have been really unique.
really unique.
And I love them. And it's a collection I started when I was younger, and I used to have them out in my kitchen.
So why is this stuff in a box?
Because there's no room for it. I don't have a lot of shelving in my house. I don't have a lot of places to put things.
There is
in a
no
box.
law that says a decorative teapot needs to sit on a shelf. It can sit on a ledge, it can sit on a windowsill. If it's important to you, it should not be in a box.
You know, so the teapot's in the office instead of in the kitchen, so be it. If it's something you love and it is an expression of you, it should be out.
It's important to have a strong sense of self, especially when you're single. And surrounding yourself with the things you love centers you and makes your home a true haven. Coming up, just as I thought we were getting along, Jen doesn't want to play the hoe-way.
I hope that's not your plan.
And later, I discover a hip and historic way to exercise. Now that she's divorced, Jen finds that taking care of her dogs makes her feel like a stressed out single mom.
I'm one of those dorky dog people. If it was a cat, people would be like, oh, she's a crazy cat lady. So at least they're dogs, so it's a little bit cooler. I just love them. You know, they were part of our life and they were part of our marriage. And I think this split would have been a lot harder if it had not been for them. I love having animals, but it's something that you have to definitely incorporate into your schedule and your lifestyle.
Now, when I first met you, you were like, I need more time, and Ho can't give you time. But can give you some time-saving tips with dogs. Washing a dog is like washing your car. It's not a very easy thing to do. So what I'll need is a towel, a little bit of the dog shampoo.
Okay.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Doggy shampoo. So into a sink full of hot water, tiny little bit of doggy shampoo. Don't make the water too soapy.
My dog's too big to dip, so
They are too big.
I hope that's not your plan.
Hand towel, dip. So they're getting a bath lick. Where's Harley? Harley! That hot towel. Look at you. Come here, baby. Face. Yeah. It takes off all the dirt, you know, and stimulates their skin, and they love it. Very easy to do.
That's great.
So there you go, my first tip. Next one, when I owned dogs, one of the things I hated to do was to wash their water bowl, because you know, dogs get those water bowls funky. If you have a dishwasher, and you do, you can use any old bowl you have every day to give them fresh water. It eliminates the need for another dreaded task on the weekend. Give them water in this. At the end of the day, stick it in the dishwasher, use another one, and, you know, then you don't have the crappy
Cleaning bowl chore.
at the end of the week.
Doing these simple things will allow Jen to enjoy her dogs instead of stressing about all the time she spends taking care of them.
Okay, so tomorrow we will tackle cooking, so I'll meet you bright and early.
Bright and early.
We'll go grocery shopping, and then I'll see you tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Bring your appetite.
I will.
As any single person knows, shopping for one can be challenging, so I took Jen to the grocery store to show her how it's done.
So how often do you come to the store to shop?
Probably once a week.
Well, you know, I think my rule of thumb is, and I'm actually a divorcee as well, if you're single, you have to go more often to the store. I find that the more I go to the store, the less I spend on groceries. But let's say you buy your groceries for the week, how do you know you're not gonna go out for dinner once, twice?
I'd like to think that I won't because I have all this great food, but then I do.
But you do. And so money's wasted and food is wasted. So I think you should, you know, really try to shop more often. Then you can maybe find, you know, a new love. While you're
In the
doing
grocery store.
that. In the meat
It'll
aisle.
be on sale.
Fresh meat. Let's go.
The challenge is how to shop and cook for herself while still being healthy.
I want to talk to you about exactly how you shop. Do you come to the store with a list?
I have a list, but I always forget it, so no.
But it's time to give you what I call the must-haves. 10 items that you don't go to the grocery store, you can make a couple of meals out of, stuff to have on hand. Shall we? You ready for the Big 10?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Potatoes are long-lasting. Garlic and onions add zing to almost any dish, and tuna is a great source of lean protein. Beans are a healthier source of carbs than bread. Olive oil's a healthy alternative to processed vegetable oils, and cold cuts are not just for sandwiches. Lemon is great in marinades. Sour cream's versatile, and a little hard cheese adds a lot of flavor.
It was nice getting those essentials that not only kept for a long time, you can incorporate them into so many meals and so many recipes.
Coming up, can Jen learn to hold her own in the kitchen?
I'm gonna tell you the single person's best friend. And later, I see if I can step it up.
You have
A+.
You have
Dan Ho here for some great ideas on how to simplify your life for a happy and healthy mind, body, and soul. Go to discoveryhealth.com.
I've been helping Jen adjust to living single in her new home. So after we went shopping, Jen and I headed back over to her place to prepare some dishes based on the 10 items that we picked out at the store.
When it comes to really cooking meals, it's never really kind of been my thing. When you have somebody around in your life, okay, you do it. I really miss the food.
I'm gonna tell you the single person's best friend. Other single people, no. Garlic broth. The first thing I'm gonna be making is a white bean and ham soup in a garlic broth. Ready?
Sure.
Sure. So you boil this up, like 4 or 5 garlic cloves for every 2 cups of water. Okay, so now we're gonna salt it, not too much, and your pepper. A little bit. I like to think that you can use 5 ingredients in any dish, and that should be enough. The less you do to food, the better. Well, the better to cook you are. We're gonna fry up some garlic chips. You see how the oil popping? And we're gonna fry it till it's brown. I want the garlic to be crispy because it's gonna add a different flavor and texture to the soup. Everybody on TV is gonna tell you, don't brown the garlic, it's gonna be bitter. I'm like, you know what, bitter schmitter, it tastes good. It's a nice strainer, Jen.
Thank you.
Is that a wedding present?
Yeah.
Was it really?
No. I wouldn't be surprised. It's my marriage.
So really, just put this into the water.
Only 1 can.
Only 1 can. Just put it in the water. Now, time for the ham. Ham yourself doesn't mean you can't treat yourself to some little. Telling you.
No, that's it.
That's it.
It's done.
See, and then a little garlic. Let's try this.
It's gonna be good.
Isn't that a good garlic broth?
Tuna croquettes are kind of like making gold out of straw. If you've got potatoes and you've got tuna, a croquette you will have.
So you open up a can of tuna. I'm gonna chop up an onion.
Drain this.
Sure. So just a drop of olive oil. Saute it down. 2 cooked potatoes. A can of tuna. Some cheese. Just mash these babies together. Sweat it enough, right? Add it to
So
here.
everything goes in.
So this is it. Okay, this is your tuna croquette.
More?
Okay.
Shape it up.
The better it is. Dude, look how good you are at flipping.
I am. I'm Flippus Maximus.
There you are. 3 croquettes. There you are.
Single girls love croquettes. Ready?
You can make your own dinner.
Turn brown. Party of 1. And that's okay.
You know, the great thing about these meals is that you don't feel like you're eating single on a single person's budget. And it's important to treat yourself to nice stuff.
I was really surprised that you could take those 10 essential ingredients and you can cook a meal for yourself, and it doesn't have to be that complicated, but it can still be good.
The single life.
I left Jen to her own devices and returned a few days later to see how she was doing.
It's great to see you again.
Look, same to you.
You've been working.
I have.
Wow, there's a floor in here. Wait, you can actually push the chair across the room.
I know, and look, it goes right into this. It's not like it was this tough task for me to do to actually throw stuff away, but it's like, you know what? That's a room in your house, and you should be able to walk into it without being totally overwhelmed with what's inside it.
And so what do you think about all your teapots out instead of in the boxes?
It's great. They've been in boxes so long that I kind of forgot which ones I had, and everyone has a story, so I can kind of walk in here and say, oh, I remember that day.
And so what'd you do to the magazines?
I got rid of them. I I did. Well, I kept a couple. I kept a couple.
All
Well, I
right.
didn't love them nearly as much as I thought I did.
Well, bravo, I brought you a present. Remember the last time I said you can easily reduce inventory of years of magazines into a compilation. And here it is. It's magazine replacement. All those magazines, this is a source book for decorative arts that really surveys furniture, fabrics.
He was absolutely right. All of these things that, you know, I have in the magazines, they're all right there.
After working with Jen, I think that she will do just fine because the truth is, she's tackled the big projects in life. She's handled the divorce with great aplomb. She certainly did a great job finding and moving into her lovely home.
I needed someone to come in and just give me that, you know, little kick and say, do this. These collections are something that's important to you. Get them out. You know, this clutter in this room is something that's a source of stress for you. The dogs are taking up all this time, and this is a way that we can make it simpler.
People don't realize that making the tiniest change, not a huge change, you know, nothing earth-shattering, can make a huge impact on the quality of their lives. Well, good luck to you. Very good to meet you. Take care.
This is excellent.
She's single. Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Coming up, I experience culture, history, and amazing moves in a dance form that's sweeping the nation.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So everybody in this country is screaming about how much storage space we need, right? We got no more storage. I'm telling you that around your house are found opportunities to store stuff. These are things I like to call closets. A cooler in the off-season is a closet because it's probably empty, and in it you can store things that you would use when you're using this cooler anyway. Things like beach towels, things like flip-flops, hats, whatevs, yo. And since this is taking up a finite amount of space, you're not taking up any more space. Similarly, a purse that you only use in the summer for 3 months is a closet. And in it, you can place sunglasses, you can place scarves, necklaces. So eliminate clutter, use what you've got, and reduce stress. I'm out of here. Traditions can be a great thing, and they can range anywhere from a rivalry between two sports teams or a reunion you have with your family and friends. Now, I'm about to meet a group of guys who celebrate the heritage of their fraternity and their African-American traditions through stepping. And their captain, Jeff Johnson, is about to tell me what it's all about. Come on.
My name is Jeff Johnson, and I'm the step master for the 18, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Stepping originated in Africa, and it's a form of synchronized dance. You use everything on your body as an instrument. And it's transformed from barbershop quartet singing to military cadence to what we have today, which is an evolution of all the different genres of step.
One of the things I like about stepping is that you encourage, I think, guys to like move at in their own rhythm.
You have to play to the crowd. You have to be energetic. And if you're not excited about what you're doing, nobody else will be.
A, fa, A, step. Who, who, A, step.
Stepping is really a highly athletic dance form. It comes from upper body strength and from core strength and from, you know, your leg strength. It's a total body kind of thing.
Ice cold. Hold it.
Dan, what'd you think of the show?
I think it's awesome, man. I mean, it's a really physical thing. You know, we should all work out like this. Definitely. You know, because sometimes working out, it looks so good. This looks great.
When we get into the straight line,
I think a lot of us, even though we go to the gym, kind of just stick to ourselves. One of the things I love about stepping is that it is a social activity. You know, when you're in a social setting like this, it's really good for the heart and mind and body, and ultimately it relieves stress.
So Dan, I mean, you've been watching. Do you think this is something you can do?
No, but
I'll give you something real simple. Okay. Now you have
A+.
You have to.
I attempted to do that one basic move, and after completing that one move, my respect for stepping just kind of like got stratospheric. Right?
We'll miss one clap at the
Oh, okay. So you got a show coming up tonight.
Definitely.
I'll just step my way out of your practice.
All right, thanks a lot.
Mind if I sit here?
Good evening. Without further ado, I'd like to present to you Alpha Phi Alpha's 18. Step. Who? Who? Step. Who? Who? Step. Yes, we're looking good now.
Stepping is an art form. You could say the stage is my canvas, and I'm using my team members and myself to paint the picture that I want you to see. When you look at the final product and everybody else appreciates it and you appreciate it in yourself, that's the best feeling in the world.
Like any great art form, step, although it's a centuries-old tradition, is a very fluid one. And if these gents are honoring a tradition and they're improving and solidifying it for future generations.